What are the best guns in Cursed Tank Simulator Part 2? Next up is Tier 5 and 6, and oh boy do we have a lot of guns to talk about. We'll be beginning with the fan favorite in Tier 5-6, the 77mm high velocity cannon. One of the greatest all-around cannons in the entire game. This little gun right here, although with a low caliber, it is capable of penetrating anything in its own tier, including Tigers, bank prices, T-29s, and the list goes on. And if you're thinking that the 77 HV is lacking on the damage department, you can always count on its counterparts. These counterparts being the 28 pounder, the 90mm needle, and even the 60mm spaggot, for God's sake. So if you're needing a little bit more spall in exchange for slightly less penetration, the 28 pounder is there for you, since higher caliber, more spall, but you're sacrificing at least 30mm of penetration, which isn't a big deal. Now let's say your server is filled with rats, light tanks, or even the heavier threats, but you need at least a good reload rate and a decent caliber. Then you can use the needle. With this large pool of shells, you can use ATGMs, hash, heats, and even APFSDS, which is the earliest in the game. So you're ready for every situation at any time. Now if you're planning on zooming around with a rapid fire gun that is also powerful, then the spaggot is also for you. Great shell, decent penetration, and 4-second reload. Now this wouldn't be a gun review of 5.6 if we didn't mention the raw power of heat shells, right? One of the most famous guns in Temk is of course the 160mm rigatoni, known from its torpedo, which is the first ATGM that you encounter in game. Now imagine you're playing tier 3 and 4 and the first thing you hear is this. Now if you think that's scary enough for a tier 3-4 player, imagine telling them that the next tier you'll have a 320mm penetration heat round in the 122mm linger. Now that thing you don't even need to pan in order to kill, just watch this. It's almost insane to think that 5.6 holds this much power. And even so, I didn't even dare to talk about the most single broken gun in the entire game.
Run.